Shopify grows your business no matter how far or big you grow. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Whether you're selling your fans' next favorite shirt or an exclusive piece of podcast merch, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in.
Why can't every day be like this? No simple road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
That's going to be my song for my my birthday.
I thought you were going to say when you pass away. You got to play Ballroom Blitz at your funeral.
Ballroom Blitz.
The Tia Carrera mix.
Oh my God. Hey now, No Simple Road family. Welcome back to the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind, brought to you in collaboration with Melt Mushroom Chocolate.
Melt.
If you need a little something to bring with you to Mondegreen or Dick's or the Sphere, is there still Sphere?
Also, like
stuff?
Microdosing is a fucking wonderful thing.
So
in
is
life.
microdosing. So
both.
Here's how you go about procuring some Melt Premium Mushroom Chocolates. Go follow at Melt Mushrooms, MELTMUSHROOMS on Instagram.
Shoot them a DM and be like, hey, we heard about you from No Simple Road. They're going to be like, okay, here's our menu. You're going to choose what you want from that menu, and then boom, bada bing.
They got a lot of choices. They got their 10 flavors in minis and in full bars, 3 flavors of gummies. And if you don't like any of that stuff, they have capsules.
This is true. So that's what you do. Go take care of yourselves, everybody, because it's important, especially in the world that we're living in right now. Everything's really kind of like weird, and so that'll give you a little edge.
The world's always been weird.
Yeah, but I feel like now it's always
been weird. You're just old enough to know the weirdness of it.
I feel
there's just a bigger magnifying glass on everything now.
Kind of feel like World War III hasn't been a thing really
that much. Like in the 90s, there was no World War III.
No,
it's been pending since World War II. I mean, it's the next number. It's the next number.
It is, Apple. Thank you.
It's like the guy you see with the tomorrow is the last day, sign. There's always been that guy.
You mean the end is near?
The end is near. Tomorrow's the last day.
That's a lot to put on a sandwich.
I got it mixed up with
tomorrow's the last day. Wait, come here, flip it over.
And
it's going to come really soon.
Tomorrow is the first day, or the first day of the rest of your life, or whatever.
There's no sandwich board guy wearing that. That's hanging in some white lady's kitchen.
I saw. He's down
next to Live, Love,
He's
Laugh.
down on Birdside wearing no trousers.
Pulling his dick on the
Wow, we really have come full throttle on this episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to see how long we can do this today.
Oh, stop it already.
Why?
Stop with the insinuations.
Yeah,
we're going to make it happen like we always do.
Yeah,
people will enjoy it, and we'll enjoy it too.
Yeah, well, we got a barbecue this evening. I think we can handle that.
Do you?
Barbecue.
Yeah. All right.
I'm looking forward to this. We haven't done barbecue chicken in a while.
I'm excited about that.
That brings me to what I wanted to talk about.
Barbecue chicken?
Yep.
BBQ
Actually,
chicken?
no, that's not what I was going to say. We have an actual moment this weekend. We've had days off.
Yeah.
And yesterday was Saturday. Today's Sunday for us. I know it's Monday for all of you, and that's weird, and I'm not trying to make it weird or confusing or anything like that. But yesterday being Saturday for us, was the first day we've had off in a while.
Well, Saturday for you and Mel.
Yeah.
Today's my Saturday.
Oh my God.
Stop
But
it,
just to
Apple.
make it more confusing. Oh.
Anyway,
Confusing.
we've had a lot going on, man. And Mel and I were talking to a friend yesterday that came and stayed with us, and they were like, yeah, so have you guys been busy? And I was like, oh my God, yeah. I said, since April, since the Sphere.
Yeah.
And Mel was like, no.
I'm always ready to be like, no. And then
then you have to think about it.
Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, it kind of started in March when we also went to Winter Wondergrass.
Okay.
too.
You're
Like,
right. But that was on the heels of our snowstorm. So we went from that snowstorm into a last minute Winter Wondergrass into going to, did we go to Fish somewhere on in there too? Like
I got the calendar pulled up right here. So we went to Winter Wondergrass, right? In March. Then in April, from the 18th to 22nd, we were in Vegas.
You and Mel were. I was here working 420. No.
listen, Apple.
Right? Then I came back. I was back for a couple of weeks. Then I went back to Vegas for Dead and Company.
Me and Apple held it down.
Then we went to Mojo Family Fest.
Well, that one,
It
still counts.
Yeah.
It still counts.
It's doing.
It's doing a thing.
It's doing a thing.
Then the week after Mojo Family Fest, Oregon Country Fair. And the week after Oregon Country Fair, the string cheese incident.
And then in between there, I went to Farewell Festival, see Billy Strings over in Bend.
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row of just like.
And I know I'm leaving shit out.
Well, there's so many things
yeah.
we're leaving out because we've had friends over, people have spent the night. We've like done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. We did.
We've had some
the
weekends over at
Karen's
Rhythms
60th
Ground.
Karen's 60th birthday celebration. We went and saw War Paint.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean,
there is so Masego, War Paint. I mean, it's too much to name.
And this isn't like, I'm not saying this is like, oh my God.
Are you saying it like, look at us?
No, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm saying it as like an older man that forgets things. Of like, oh shit. Because every time we think like, well, like right now is a good example too. It's like, okay, everything's quiet now between string cheese and going to Dick's.
Yeah.
And it's like, but now my nephew and his bride are coming, and Simon and
Is gonna be
Sabine are
moving
in and
out.
out. He's been here for months. He's getting ready to move out. There's always things going on. Then we get to it's like, with holidays, we're going to
Right
take it
around the
easy.
corner.
It's like-
If we're stagnant, if stuff doesn't happen, we're dying. We're not living.
Yeah, we're not good at not doing things.
And
Like,
between 3 lives that we're talking to, I mean, there's more lives that live in this house, but between 3 lives, that's a lot of like side people. Do you know what I mean? Like you're talking to people, I'm talking to people, Apple talks to people.
Yeah.
He invites his cousin, or his nephew. I invite my mom. You invite, like it's always a happening.
Yeah,
and it's
there's
never
always-
gonna not happen.
Shit's always popping off around
Mm-hmm.
here.
and every
It
once
is.
in a while when we do get that, like a day is awesome, but when it's like 2 or 3 days of nothing, all 3 of us are fucking bored. We're all saying like, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for not doing anything on the podcast.
Actually,
like,
I've been saying
we
that
haven't
less and less.
interviewed. We
I've been
haven't
saying that
done
less.
this.
I've been saying that less and less.
What?
Like, well, we're not doing anything. No, I'm fine with not doing anything.
Not doing anything.
I'm coming to a point in my life where I'm fine with not doing anything because I've picked up an extra thing already.
I just realized, like,
Like-
even if, like, we've done all that stuff, like Winter Wondergrass and the Sphere twice and whatever, and it's like every one of those things takes recovery time afterwards, right? Even if we don't party, you've still like traveled and stayed up and danced.
And anytime you leave your house for extended time, you come back to whatever you left your house, the condition in.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Apple was saying yesterday, he worked his day job at a golf tournament, and like from what was it, from
Yeah, the
9
golf
o'clock to
tournament.
6 o'clock at night or something like that.
9 to like 8,
Right,
and then
and
went
he-
down
he
to Sweet Home yesterday.
Came home and he was tired, and he was like, not from like doing anything, but like from being on all day.
Oh yeah.
And not like Apple's out there like, hey, I'm
Sha sha sha.
yeah, but just like, well, a little bit,
I know.
That's kind of my job. That's how I am in
You are.
cannabis.
I know.
just having to be present
Yeah.
in the moment with, and so all the stuff that we do takes recovery time afterwards, and like the hits just keep on coming. I feel like
It feels like always recovery mode.
that's what I was just gonna say. At least for myself, I don't know how you guys feel, but it's like the minute I feel like, okay, I'm good, I could do that again, it's time to do that again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we just got to stay constantly busy. Then there's never any need or time for recovery.
That's true.
Whoa.
It all just
True.
rolls into one long
thing.
party.
But you know what? And none of us even
Wow.
own like a Fortune 500 company. It's not like
A
we're
what?
a Fortune 500 company.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Oh, okay.
500 Fortune company.
I was like,
That's
wait,
what I
was
first
that?
said.
I want a 500 fortune company.
I'll
But
take either.
my point
Yeah.
is like there's people that are much busier than us. They have like tons of kids, they have business
yeah.
responsibilities, multiple homes, they like lots of responsibilities, and it's not even like that for each one of us, but we still have a shit ton of stuff
shit to
going
do.
on constantly, and I think we do a pretty good job at it.
I just say I feel busy all the time, and I know probably 98% of the world is more busy than I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never had kids. I've never any of
You
those.
get to
like
chill more than anybody I know.
Yeah, yeah. That's my station in life. I think I need that. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be who I am. Obviously.
That's
True.
Yeah.
And people fucking love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Aaron were talking about you the other day because
I was
for
like, "Can you
whatever
believe that
reason, Apple is the most popular person in this house /
By
No
far.
Simple and No Simple Road.
At work. I'll
At
tell
work?
my work anecdote.
Well, yeah,
in a
it's
minute.
everybody's always like, "Hey, how's Apple doing? Hey, what's up with Apple?"
Met Apple the other day.
I know.
That guy's fucking awesome.
Everybody loves fucking Apple. So what, Apple? What's the secret, dude? What
Yeah,
is it?
tell-
what do
tell
Aaron
us,
and I
Apple.
got to
What
do?
do we got to do to reach?
earn.
Like I say,
You're like the dude.
I don't. There's no way to like teach that. It's my station in life. Like people, I pretty much my life have been like a single dude, and I'm always been pretty cool with that. Like,
Hold on. I
there's-
love that you're answering this seriously.
I
Please
am
continue.
answering this
Yeah, please
seriously.
continue.
He does need to.
I have so many other things. I've kept my life very simple.
Yeah. Very.
Ever since I was in ever since junior high school, my favorite song my entire life has always been "Simple Man"
Okay.
by Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
It's a thing, and I'm myself, and I've given myself a lot of opportunity to just be myself. Aaron's known me the longest. You've known me the longest.
No,
and,
dude, you're like Jesus, the same yesterday, today, and forever.
and I've had a few relationships, but I'm not like a relationship person. I'm not. I'm not.
What does that mean?
I'm not like a.
I'm not a relationship person. Like, I understand like people that don't like dogs are like, I'm not a dog person.
Because you
You
literally
don't fucking like dogs. But like,
You
I'm
like-
not a
you
relationship
like-
person. So you don't
I've
like
al-
relationships?
No, not really.
But you're in one with me
but that's different.
and with me too.
and with Mel.
Well,
And
yeah,
Darwin.
and other relations. I'm talking about relations,
Romantic
in life. It's
relationships.
exactly.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
you
it's-
also do like the opposite sex. So
Oh, absolutely.
So that is like that's relational.
that is relation. Now you just totally derailed
You
me.
mean
I gotta go think about
okay? I
this
think
for
what
a
you're trying to
while.
say is like Aaron and I have been in a long-term relationship. That's not necessarily your bag.
You're
you
not
don't need that.
long-term
You don't
relationship
care
guy.
for that. You're not seeking that. If it happened, cool.
Yeah.
But that's not what you.
Yeah, and I haven't had to raise kids or worry about
Yeah.
another person. I don't ever have to worry about somebody else, like my decisions for somebody else, other than like us for the podcast
Yeah.
and stuff. I make decisions for myself. Always have.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, tell me,
I mean,
what's
that's
that like?
liberating.
I know.
What's
Not
that
a lot
like,
of
bro?
people know that.
That's
it's
why
a
people
weird
love him.
trade-off, being in my 50s and like single. And I love it. In fact, well, never mind. I won't go into that here. Me and Karen, dancing lady Karen, had a wonderful conversation about being single at fair.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was a personal. It
Yeah,
was
don't.
really cool. We had a great conversation about it. And
Why bring it up if you're
Yeah,
not going
man,
to share
come
it,
on,
dude?
man.
I
Tell
mean, I'm not
everybody
trying to
Karen's-
tell
it's
you.
just
Read
spark of
Karen's mail.
memories. But my anecdote from work too, they were saying about Apple this, Apple that, the podcast. I did a golf tournament the other day. There was 36 teams, and there was, out of the 36 teams, there was only 2 of them that I didn't know people from. And they're pulling up, and like my boss was on one of the teams for Buddies, and I was working the booth with one of our awesome salespeople, Ashley. Everybody pulling up in their carts as they get like 10, 15 feet away and see me, and they're like, Apple. And she like jokingly, she's like, she's all, nobody is rolling up saying Buddies, because there was like different cannabis things at each hole. So it would be like, oh, Avitas as you're rolling them. They're going Apple. She's like, we should just rename
You're your
Buddies
own
like
brand.
Apples.
I think,
And
first of all,
it was so flattering, and it was so fun to like see all these people that I know. And the same thing, they're like, a couple of them I hadn't seen in years. They thought, or since like a year and a half since I quit Define.
dang.
And they're like, "Wow, it's so good to see you. Didn't know what happened to you." So I like more connections. And
Apple's the only one on No Simple Road that like there's impressions exist of him.
No, I think people do impressions of all of us.
Okay, then they've never done me to my face. I've never seen it or heard it. Do you think there's a Mel impression floating around out there?
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty. Yeah, we know
Sean
of
and
one.
Meg.
Yeah, Cam.
Yep, Cam.
Sean,
yeah,
Meg, Cam.
there's
Come
a
on.
few out there of our friends.
So freaking proud of you right now.
Jason and Audrey have good impressions of all of us because they've listened for so long.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We get it. We all get it.
All right,
but you're
that's
lovable, Apple,
Yeah, we
and
love you.
fucking fine. We love you too. All right, next. No, I'm kidding. No, you know what?
How'd this turn into all about me?
Because
what? Oh.
it's
That's what
how it
happens
is.
all now, I guess. It's just
I know it's the Apple show. No simple Apple.
No simple Apple.
It was around 14 minutes when the drugs started taking hold.
You need to redo the logo. I want you guys blurry in the
Okay,
background.
we'll just make it an apple.
Like the album
in it.
cover on Almost Famous. Why are we blurry?
Can we do like the bolt as the stem and like?
Okay.
No, sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry.
We're in logo discussions now.
Dude,
no,
we're like.
Yeah, doing that. We're gonna pause.
Have
so
we
Aaron
said
can
anything?
create a new logo right now.
what?
Have we said anything? We're 15 minutes in.
No,
really
we haven't said shit. This
We
is
haven't.
the rewind. They're hanging out with us. That's
Guys,
the way it is.
gals.
Yeah, we're playing catch up. Well, I mean, we do have stuff to talk about over the last week.
Like what? Tell me.
Huh? Well, like last weekend, we had a great weekend out at
Rhythms Ground.
Rhythms Ground and at Edgefield, seeing String Cheese Incident with their little run. We didn't catch Thursday, but the three of us caught Friday and Saturday night, and wow, that was love.
There was a lot of love there.
You know, string cheese is very like peculiar to me because when I see them, they are right up there with Fish at how much I love them. But I listen to Fish all the time, like in my car
Yeah,
or at home.
yeah. You know every.
I know every lyric to every song. I know all the shit. I can't do it. Like when it comes to listening to String Cheese at home, it's not the same thing.
It doesn't matter what String Cheese plays. If you see them live, you're in for a treat. They could do fucking ABCs. They could do Row Row Your Boat. It doesn't even matter what. And I'm not saying their songs are good or bad. It doesn't matter. They are an incredible live band that brings the love. They bring the fun. They bring camaraderie. They're appreciative. They bring gratitude. They like elevate the energy of the atmosphere where they're at.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter what they sing. It like their instruments are fire. Their musicianship incredible. Their camaraderie on the stage unforgettable. But it doesn't matter what they're saying because it's amazing. All of it. It could be na 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 all the whole time, and it'd be like, oh my god,
They are. They
it's
are.
true.
But wait a minute. If Fish came out and did na for 3 hours,
They kind of do. They kind of do.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
point.
They kind of do.
They kind of do in their own way.
They just have
I
their
like-
own dope vibe. It's different.
String cheese to me, every time we've seen them, feels like a family reunion type
Yes.
thing.
Yep.
Like they're the best fucking wedding band in the world that knows how to bring everybody together, make sure everybody has a good time.
They're
and
inclusive.
leaves just on a cloud.
there's a feeling at a cheese show that I don't like. It's unique to String Cheese crowd. Like there's a level of connection with the crowd and each other that everybody's linked up in a certain kind of a way.
It's a family.
It's a very family kind of a thing. And I'm not talking about little kids and moms and dads. I'm talking about family. Like, it's very family. And especially this run, like the second set on the second night that we were there was a huge like crew of people around us, like Sage and us and the Raverts and everybody. And you could just look around and see the music taking hold of everybody individually and together at the same time. And everybody was sharing what was going on with each other. And it was really dope to see.
Yeah.
And I got to call out that Edgefield is probably one of my favorite places to see a concert.
It's my favorite.
It's so comfortable.
Well, Cuthbert. I love the Cuthbert also, but it's for the same reason. It's this outdoor amphitheater-y type kind of environment where nature is the first thing, and then there's music and a concert.
Yep.
And that right there, to me, like, again, they could be singing la la la, na na na, sha sha sha, whatever, and I'm here for
like
it.
sha sha sha.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, and I was gonna say the family thing, like you said, family, but also the family thing, as in babies and everything.
Oh, yeah, there was
my
a baby
gosh.
jamming.
Every time we've seen string cheese too, like, I mean, we see that at a lot of shows,
Yeah.
but there were so many when you see the babies with their headphones on
and giving stuff
they're
out,
just
they're
jamming.
like-
I got googly eyes from a baby.
I got googly eyes on
And
my
she
cheeks.
and she was already doing it right. She was like being selective. I remember watching
not
her with her
everybody
mom.
got googly eyes.
She's like,
Yeah, she didn't want to
looking
give
at
me googly
people,
eyes at
like,
first.
Like, okay, you like watched people for a minute. Like, okay, you earned it. You were silly, or you looked at me right, or something. Would go over and bestow a googly eye upon everybody.
Well,
was
the
covered
dad
in
came
googly eye
around
stuff.
with the little girl, and she had given everybody in our group one, and she didn't give me anything. And
I
she was
never
about
got
to walk
one.
away, and the dad was like kind of was like pointed toward me, and she was like, but she
Oh,
then
you got
but
a little stink burger?
A little
no,
bit.
she just kind of did a little breath, and then she gave me two, one on each of my cheeks.
Oh,
And they were there all fucking night.
They were literally there
They
till
were-
the next
we were,
morning.
We were in the tent, end of the night. This is after, like, the show ended at like 9:30.
Yeah, it was actually
talking-
we were out of there.
10:30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little
I'm
after
talking
10.
3 o'clock in the morning. I rolled over and looked at Mel, and I was like, "You gotta take that shit off your face." Still on there.
Everybody did. Everybody rocked them, and I got to give up to Emma. Was the only one on Sunday that still had googly eyes on.
Right on.
And I realized when we got back to camp, I never realized till we got back and everything, I'm one of the only people that didn't get googly eyes.
Aww.
Yeah, it hit me later
So
that night. I
you're
was
not
like,
so loved
wait.
after all,
No,
are you?
I got
Apple?
one hater out there. Cutest little
googly
girl.
eyes.
No,
cutest
you know what
little
she's
girl
doing?
giving out
She's
googly
keeping
eyes.
you right. She's keeping
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
She's trying, like, he deserves some, but I'm gonna keep him in check.
The googly eyes now live on my AirPods.
I think
Case.
mine is on
Well,
the tent or something.
I love Ben. Ben had the third eye one all night long. And it was like when he like gets serious and
Start shaking his head, and the googly eye be going back and forth real fast. I think also just going to the show was super fun both nights, but knowing that we had Rhythms Ground to go back to,
yes,
and that, like,
Shout out to Rhythms Ground.
yeah, man, that
Shout
there is
out.
no more magical place on this planet that I have seen. I'm serious. Like, I've never been outside somewhere and felt like I was in a living room.
no, it feels like going back to the mothership, like landing in the mothership as you get closer, and then as soon as you pull in those gates, it's just like comfortable cloud
It
of
is.
awesome.
And you're in this, like, Willy Wonka wonderland of trees. And the way they had it set up was like there was a little stage with club speakers. DJ Yuzu was out there spinning, and there was carpets and a 10x10. It's like in the forest in the middle of all these trees, but it's all lit up with like dope lighting and all the trees. And it really did feel like we were in a club, like
Yeah.
in a weird
Outdoor
Well, the-
club.
indoor-outdoor club.
the way the trees are lit, all the canopy of the trees is all different colors, so it does your peripheral vision. You like see solid, above you, the greens and the blue, and then like the light blues like make you think the sun. It's like, is the sun starting to come up? And it's like, oh, it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's from the lighting and the trees. Yeah, and
it's a magic place.
And that feeling of like being with all of our people and like at the end of the night going to the tent and falling asleep and knowing that when you wake up in the morning, everybody's going to be there, you know, and it's still going.
Yeah.
And there's another day of shows to happen. And
it felt like a real vacation.
It really, really did.
It did, because the thing about like going to a concert over one night, it's fun. You're looking forward to it. It's great. And say it's on a Friday, you still have the whole weekend to play. But like you're going to a concert and then you don't have to do nothing the next day. That right there just allows you to like be free, have like fun. And because there was so many people that were our homies there, like all of our friends, that we all came back and did a little sleepover, outdoor sleepover.
We camped out together.
Slumber party, outdoor slumber party. But yeah, like, and then we had food. Like it was, I don't know. It was kind of one of my favorite memories.
Summer.
Yeah,
so
of
far.
the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Saturday night, because that
Yes.
was so special too. Friday night was really kind of us just being with the Raverts and having a lot
That was
of
amazing.
chill time, and so and then Saturday was everybody coming back, and I love where we're talking about. They live like 15 minutes from this Edgefield place.
It was 30.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
say 15.
30.
Yeah. It's
30
about
minutes.
30, 25, 30 minutes. But there's like this back route that takes you. You don't have to go near any highways or anything. So you're leaving the show, and
you're in the woods.
Yeah, you're in the woods the whole way, like windy, go over the river and through the woods.
Yeah.
And it's so magical driving there.
I wanted to say one thing that was magical for me was on that Saturday. So we went Friday night and we all woke up the next morning. We're all there hanging out. Saturday, shout out to Ryan.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, Mel.
So Ryan is a literal angel who has decided that it's his own personal mission to volunteer his arborist skills and help clean up Rhythm's ground.
Yeah,
and
if you go follow Rhythm's ground right now, there's a bunch of stuff in the story
yeah,
of him.
Yeah, he was
So-
out there falling trees today.
Ryan's incredible at what he does. And he, on Saturday morning, volunteered, was like, hey, I'm not doing work this weekend, but I brought all my gear. If anybody wants to go up on the trees, I'm about to go up. So
Wait, hang on.
what?
So this is Saturday
We got
morning?
to do a little setup
It was
here.
Saturday
Yeah.
morning.
We partied Friday night. Hard. Didn't sleep but
Danced.
a few hours. Danced our asses off.
Stayed up
Didn't sleep
late.
but a few hours. We get up in the morning. I'm still tripping.
And I had worked that on
and
Friday.
Spun,
Yeah.
and like one eye is hanging out and my hair is sticking up, and Mel is like, yeah, I'm ready to go climb a tree 150 feet up.
Well, I didn't know how high it was going to be. I don't think anybody knew that, but I didn't care.
You were a little shocked, or not shocked, but at first Mel was like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be like we're just gonna climb up a tree." When he started putting all the gear
I
on,
thought we were like literally going to like climb trees like monkeys, like, you know, like on this twig, put
Oh,
your
no.
put your foot
Yeah.
up and like give me a boost and like, oh, here we are playing. I was down for that. But he had all this gear and the harness and the fucking pulleys and the this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, I'm down for this too.
I'm standing watching Mel like belt in to this like harness thing and putting on these. You had a knee ascender and a foot ascender.
Mhm.
So like the rope, the tree itself is literally, I'm not exaggerating, at least 150 feet, if
Yeah.
not more.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
Because wait a
Ryan-
minute, Doug took a picture like in the field, and it was the tallest tree in the field.
Okay.
It like
Ryan
above-
somehow had gotten the rope up around the top of the tree
he came earlier and threw it up
with the
There-
slingshot.
yeah,
with the
there's a whole
slingshot. It's a
thing
whole.
to-
We weren't there for
Privy
that part. But he had already gotten it already, so all I had to do was just show up and gear up.
And we're standing there watching Mel. I'm tripping. I'm watching Mel like belt in, and she's never done this before. And
well, properly. I've never done it properly before.
Never
Climb trees. You've never done that.
No, I've never done that, but I've climbed a tree and harnessed myself and
there's a difference between climbing a tree.
That's why I said like that.
Having a safety belt on and tying a rope around the tree and making sure you don't fall.
With a highly trained professional giving you 30 instructions.
Yes.
Like it was so confusing.
I was very confused.
I was watching
so
you
confused.
and I was exhausted just trying to think as he was talking.
Oh, he was giving me all this 411. He was like, had himself buckled in. He's like, okay, you're going to do this and you're going to put your foot in there and then you're going to put the other one. It's going to go in between. It's going to go in between your thing and you're going to hook it on and then you're going to walk like you're walking upstairs, but you can't walk like exactly like that. You got to do like this. And I was like,
then you got to remember to take the slack out. Then you got to do the slack here. You got to bend your knee.
After a certain amount of like steps, you got to, take the slack out. So you got to pull your knee up, but you can't put your knee up. You just got to slowly let your leg down and then put your heel on your knee and then you can lift your leg. So there's all these like super, super specific instructions. And I'm like,
and I'm watching this go down and I'm thinking she's going to get 10 feet up there and be like, okay, that was cool. That was fun. No, everybody. Mel, like
it clicked.
It was like something I saw it happen. Like you were like unsure and you were like,
well, like I was
into
like
the tree.
I'm like kind of waving around like the wacky inflatable arm person because I couldn't get, I couldn't figure. I'm literally, I'm swinging from a rope. But then he was like, engage your core and walk like, and he showed me. And when he first was doing it, he was probably so frustrated. I was literally doing nothing. And he was like, he was down by my feet and just looked up at me and gave me this look like, what the fuck are you doing? But he didn't say that.
No,
but that was the
he
look.
is the most patient person
oh my
I've
God,
ever had
that's what I'm
life.
saying. But he gave me this look and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything right now. So I was like, okay. But then he said, engage your core. And I understood what he wanted me to do at that point.
So as soon as he said that, I see Mel like, I saw it click and she starts barreling up this tree.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, she went from hanging around for a half hour, 10 feet off the ground
to like 60
halfway
feet
up
in the
the
air.
tree.
Yeah, halfway up the tree in 4 minutes.
It was actually pretty quickly because once you get the hang of it, like
you're walking up.
Yeah, and I'm a fast walker, so it's not like, I mean, I think you transfer those skills. Whatever, if you're a slow walker, you'll go slow up. If you're a fast walker, you'll go fast up. Like depending on your
I don't know, man.
level of.
There was a lot. Like you got to lift this leg, do the slack, lift the other leg, push the thing down, pull the rope, stand up straight, engage your core, do the thing.
And once
I just figured it out after like
once it all clicks, like it became a fluid motion. I started watching you guys.
It felt like honestly after he made me realize what I needed to do, I was like, I know how to do this. Like I felt it in myself.
It was so
I
wild.
knew how to do it.
Right now, I got to say, because you didn't put any picture. We need to post the video and the picture to go with this episode. So
there's some
can
pictures.
see.
Yeah, I had to leave.
That's my new flex.
Yeah.
Dude.
I had to leave. I was
Aaron. You got very, very nervous. At one point, it's like I can't.
I couldn't do it. Every awful thought was going through my head.
That's lame. So if I die, he's not even going to watch it. Like,
yeah,
what?
no, I don't want to see that.
If I fall,
we've said it before. Me and
catch?
Aaron are both very afraid of heights, and I remember you were like, I just can't. He was shaking.
Yeah,
like he's
it's
like
I was up. I felt like I was up there.
I can't watch this anymore. I'm gonna go back up. And then I hung out for a bit, and then you guys got up there, and there was no point to hang out.
Dude, we were hanging like we were where the owls are. We saw so far. It smelled different. The air felt different up there. Like the pine, the scent of the trees was so pungent and strong. It felt like aromatherapy. And like the air felt different. Like on my skin, it was a entirely different like ecosystem up there.
It was a trip.
It was so peaceful. It was so quiet. And like it made me feel, and I wasn't high at that point. I wasn't. It made me feel high. I hadn't even smoked out or anything. Like it made me feel so elevated because it was like the sun, the air, the smell,
the tree,
like me, like the high of going up there.
Yeah.
Like it was so amazing. And then like I was just like I had a really good week that week, the doctor's office, all that stuff. It was just like a really good week. And then being up there, it was like I realized that's one of my favorite things to do that I never do.
It was really cool to see Ryan, like you see him walking around on the ground, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
Right. And then as soon as he put on the harness and got like 5 feet off the ground,
he was more comfortable.
He was like, you could see in his countenance of his self that he was in his thing,
in his element.
And I was like, oh, that's how I feel when I'm on psychedelics.
Oh my God.
That totally makes sense.
He looked more comfortable off the ground. I remember telling him, it's like, you look more comfortable off the ground than you do with your feet on the ground.
I feel more comfortable off the ground than I do with my feet on the ground.
I would do that for a living.
I could see it.
I would absolutely, and I would be like, I wouldn't fucking even care. I'd be like, fine. Yeah.
You would be perfect for it because you love packing lunch, like
oh my God,
packing your lunch, sitting up there eating your lunch, taking a little nap if you need to.
Wait a minute, hang on.
It feels better. Like they're, people with heights, they can't look down because it like freaks them out or whatever. So we were high up, and I'm looking straight down.
Oh my God, I'd throw up, pass out.
It was so gnarly because you could see how the branches kind of like grow,
and how if
like
you fell, you would hit each one.
But then you could also see like, oh, if I just jump this way, you could go all the way down and not hit anything. Like, there was like all this strategy, and I just felt like I feel like I belong up there.
That's
like for real. I feel like I want to do that all the time.
I know the feeling.
I want to do it all the time.
Well, for everybody listening to this, I have some pictures of afterwards. The look on your face. I took pictures when you and Ryan came down. Mm-hmm. Remember me? It was me and Doug. Doug got some good
the ones out in the field.
Yeah, and then I got some from when you. It's like wait before you take all the harnesses off.
Oh, that's right.
Let me get a picture of you guys and Mel. Just look. He looked so happy to have like a student and someone to share it with.
Well, she's a dope student. She learned in like
just
20 minutes.
The look on your face is just awesome.
It was
and you coming down too. Because coming down is a whole different thing.
Dude.
It was just like...
So that's something I didn't need to be taught. Like, Ryan just told me what to do, and I was like, okay. And I just fucking propelled, like... I don't know where it came from. I just knew how to do it. I'm telling you, like, it was something in me that the second I figured out what he meant... I just immediately knew how to do it.
It all made sense.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Me and Aaron,
cool.
we've been just saying, you would hear screams.
Maybe not an arborist, but I would love to do that on the fucking weekends. I'll just be like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. I'm going to go climb some shit. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I would do that.
I'm gonna be
if I had all that gear and I had a buddy to go with, I would totally do that.
I'd be a nervous
seeing you do it was
old Jewish lady.
It was encouragement to a lot of people. I talked to Ryan about I want to do it, but I want to do it like go out there on a weekend, like not when we're going to a show and we're camping and
tripping all night.
I want to have my wits about me and do it to help me with my fear of heights a little bit, because the next day too, that's what Emma and Grace.
Oh yeah,
they ended up doing the
Did
tree.
They? Yeah,
and I didn't know how. They're both very afraid of heights too.
They both came down and said that it was super scary, but they did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am so proud. I was like, even when you got all the way up, it was still scary. They're like, yeah, it was scary. But they were scared of heights. I'm not scared of heights. So that's a different feeling. You know what I mean? Like if you go up and you just conquer your fear, like, yeah, I did it, but I'm not scared of that. I don't, if I fall, like, okay, if I could fall when I'm walking. Like,
yeah, but you're not going to fall when you're walking and smash into 60 things and break your back.
I could. What if I fucking smash my head into a rock? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay,
well, and just the witnessing somebody that you know so well do something gives you encouragement too. I know it did with me watching, going through all, because I felt like a complete idiot sitting there when he was describing hooking up the harm, and it was like I could never do that if I wanted to, because I'd get all tied up in the ropes and I'd fall in it, and then it ended up clicking too, like kind of understanding how it works once seeing it done and seeing the twins do it the next day and watching Ryan. It's like, oh, okay, it's not that complicated. It all really makes sense.
Yeah,
like anything, once you learn it, it's like, oh, that's the way it works. I guess too, I look forward to trying it.
Having a good like proprioception, having like good knowledge of how to use your body, like confident to use your body. It's so helpful in that endeavor.
Yeah.
Like if you're kind of awkward or you don't have very good agility or whatever, it's going to be harder because it does feel like 2 left feet at first. It just is awkward. But then I realized like, I guess that's what it was. Once he said, suck my core in, I knew what the objective was. And so if your posture is proper, you can do pretty much anything, like lifting weights or like, and so it's the same thing. I just wasn't getting it. I'm like all like hunched back and like my posture was all weird. You were banging
into the tree
I was
spinning around. He was having to get out of your way to like let you
smack into stuff.
But then I was like, oh, suck my core in? Oh, I got this.
And then
you were doing like ballerina shit like Ryan. Like Ryan, he's like twirling and so comfortable, and then you were doing it like on the way down, just like, oh, I've been doing this forever.
It was
and then
my favorite thing. It really
comes
was.
down. It's like time to eat lunch and get ready to go to the show because these shows started early. Like
yeah, they really did.
6 o'clock was the beginning of the show.
Yeah, they have a noise
and they
curfew
came
of
on
10
immediately.
o'clock.
Yeah, they weren't fucking around.
They have to be done by 10 o'clock at this venue we're talking about.
And you come down like, oh yeah, nothing. Like we slept 2 hours the night before, and now you're gonna eat lunch, and we're going again. And we go back to the show, and that's when everything
Saturday.
Oh yeah, Saturday was a really hard day for me because I literally used every bit of my energy. I used it before I even got to the concert that day, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna lay down and
the show just starts. Everybody gets up and starts dancing. Mel is laid out in the grass.
And if anybody was looking, they'd probably, oh, she's probably so high. No, I was fucking exhausted. That's what was happening. And so the security guy comes over and is like, oh,
are you okay? And I'm like, no, she's fine. She had a long day. She climbed a big tree today, and his face is going, and I'm like, no, everything's gonna be all right, man.
No,
like,
I just wanted to give him a shout out because he was so thoughtful.
He was really sweet.
He literally took me under his wing the entire concert because he said that later on, this was at the end of the show.
They were going to call the medics.
They were going to call the medics and have me escorted out or like take me out. But he was like, no, she's my responsibility. I'll watch her. And he came to us after the concert, and this is how we know this. And he was like, well, I was watching you and you seemed fine. And when I came over to talk to you, and I thought you were going to be fine, but nobody would leave you alone. Like, how many people do you know? He's like, it wasn't even the same people in your group. So I couldn't
Everybody
even he's right. Cause I was like, look up and it's like somebody new coming over and saying hi or like, what's up? And it was just, I was in my like afterglow. I was basking.
Mel won the
I was
popularity contest.
I was
on Saturday.
enjoying cheese surrounded by all these incredible people that we have met and been able to call our family / friends. And like, I felt safe. I felt great, like accomplished, like the whole weekend was like good. And we're at cheese and we had one more night to go back to like, it just felt like the best. It was the best night. It was the best night.
And to add to that, a shout out to him is that I'm so glad he was by us because he was doing his job, keeping an eye on things. And Aaron, you were amazing with him too because we're dancing, partying, your googly eye. But when it came to him coming over, you snapped too, like you were back working in the ER room or something. Oh, she's good. We got her hydrated for 10 cc's. Like you were, like he knew you had shit. He knew that our group had everybody covered because then he had to come over to check on Sage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and Sage, that was the shout out, Sage.
Love you,
Sage.
Sage.
Brother. You were always the funnest to dance with. Sage was having a good time. He was
tired too.
He had a zebra onesie and had been going for days. And when that one, he just like dropped. If nobody else knew, I would have been concerned if I saw somebody else I didn't know near me do what he did. He just like fell on the ground on the blanket and curled up into a ball
in the fetal position.
And we all knew he was, and you told the guy when the guy came over, it's like, oh, he's just resting because this is a slower song. He said he needs to rest.
Oh, no, I told him that, yeah.
Or Mel said he needs to rest. He's waiting for the next heater. and then like a few minutes later, the next heater came and he popped right up out of looking like he was passed out to dancing again.
It's just,
they were
going
awesome.
to concerts or festivals and like, back to what you were saying to Apple having to be on all the time, you know, when you're, if we just were like normal people that went to a concert once in a great while and had a fun night, that's one thing, but we're like doing it semi as a profession.
Right.
And, you know, right? Like it kind of.
What do you do for a living? Go to shows, bro.
Yeah, we go to shows.
Semi-professionally.
And so like sometimes, and I mean, I might be, you know, get some heat for saying this. Sometimes it's hard to go to music all the time.
Why would you get heat for that?
Well, because, you know, like
Buck up, camper.
because we should be grateful, and I am, but like sometimes like fuck, I'm exhausted, but I still do want to be there.
Right.
I absolutely do want to be there, but I can't do the things that it takes to like, you know, dance and like be excited and all that. But I just want to be around it. I want to be marinated
be
in
in
it.
it.
Yeah, I want to be in it. I want to just lounge.
I'm not stirring the pot. I'm in the pot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting cooked. I'm not dicing. Okay.
Yeah.
and just so we don't, there's like so many honorable mentions or above honorable, but like Doug coming out there for the weekend
Dougie
with
Fresh.
us. Jamie made my Saturday.
Dude, Jamie,
The other
okay.
national
out.
treasure.
First of all, that national treasure needs to be shouted out for the best. I'm talking about capital B, capital E, ST, best chili I have ever had in my life.
You've said that several
meal,
times now.
That
because
shit was bomb.
because-
I don't even know what else she put in it.
well,
other than
the
love.
thing is, I'm saying that several times because I'm not easily impressed by food.
Well, and
So when it does come around, I'm like, holy shit!
and when
this
somebody
is something
says,
else.
"Oh yeah, I made vegetarian chili," it's like,
Well, I get.
we're gonna
excited
send out
about
an
that.
investigation
yeah, I
here.
don't know about that, but
We've learned that when
Oh
Jamie
my
and
God.
Jordan
Well,
do
Tiffany,
anything
I saw
food-wise.
Tiffany's eyeballs. They couldn't have been any bigger. She was like, oh my God, this chili. And I was not down for any food at that point when Tiffany was telling me about it. I was like, I don't know. She's like, you just wait when you get to have this chili. And I'm like, dang, is Tiffany like hyping this up, or is this chili
No,
worth
that
something?
was
No,
so
the
good.
chili was, it's the best thing I've had in
and
Portland.
I didn't
Did
know
you-
that there was such thing as vegan sour cream.
She hooked it
I
up.
didn't know
It was
that was a thing.
bomb.
Yeah.
She made it.
You didn't have any till Sunday morning either, right? That Sunday morning, everybody that took a bite of that, I took one bite, I had to sit down.
That's what I did.
Everybody, you did it, Alex did it, Abe did it, like everybody that was there was like, yeah, I'll have a bowl of chili. Then one bite, and it was like,
No, I need to sit down
Oh
and
shit!
looking for it,
Let
like
me
I need to
find
sit
those
down
videos.
and
it
enjoy
felt like you
this
needed like
nourishment.
the spoon with the folded napkin and like you need the
The
candle.
waiter
like,
comes with the
yes.
napkin over his arm and the bottle of wine.
Are you prepared for
Yes.
this chili?
Do you
I'm-
like luxury?
Yeah. So that chili, Jamie, thank you again. If you made it for my birthday in October, I would not be mad at that at all. I wouldn't.
No, you would not.
No. And
Yeah, we've learned that with Jamie and Jordan. They do not fuck
They don't mess
around
around
when
with
it comes
food.
to
Yeah.
well, I
food.
mean, Jordan does own a restaurant.
Well, but-
several
But
restaurants.
beyond that, everything they've done, everything they do food wise, is just like I would
You can
trust
own a
them.
clothes store and not know how to make clothes.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
But if you own a clothes store, you would probably know how to dress. Right?
I don't look, man. Fashion and style, it doesn't just come easy. Like you got to earn that shit.
I know. Look at me. You got to earn it.
You got to earn it. You got to earn it, babe. You got to earn
Holy
it.
Shit.
Oh man. No, and you know what? Like, what is this? Today is like 6 days since then, yeah, it's been a week.
Yeah,
7.
a week.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a
And,
week is 7 days.
I would say that day before yesterday was when I finally like recovered fully 100% from the run. Like sleeping good again, not dreaming crazy. You know what? I wanted to ask the No Simple Road family something. I asked Mel this. I've never asked you this, I don't think.
What?
When in life, when one takes psychedelic substances,
Yeah.
afterwards, like maybe a day or two afterwards, do you have like really wild dreams for the next few days?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
And what when you say wild, very well, yeah, wild
Vivid.
also, but vivid, exactly.
And
Yeah,
like,
very
I feel like
vivid.
from the time I fall asleep,
And it
until I wake
encompasses
up.
what happened, involved with like future stuff, and yeah, because the doors and the windows are kicked wide open.
It's crazy.
Like everything was so open last weekend, and we were with, I don't know how big Edgefield is, that a couple thousand,
Yeah, 2-3
or so, of very similar, empathetic. The empaths, everything's open. There's so much love and everything. Like riding that through the week, there was a lot.
Every single time we come back from a run, like not the first night that we're back, but once I've had a chance to really sleep it off, the next night until 3 or 4 days, like maybe 3 or 4 days.
But Aaron, I don't know why you're so wowed by this. You get dreams is your language. Like you
but
get
it's not like that.
Yeah, but
This is
everything that like spiritual, all that it goes through your dreams, messages, all that. So that's a way of communication for you.
It's like this is like if normal dreaming for me is hearing the TV on in another room, this is IMAX or the Sphere. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It
kicks it up a notch.
It's all the way like all night long too. I don't feel like I sleep because I've dreamt so much.
Oh yeah,
night that I'm like wake up like, oh my god, that was.
I was just
gonna
say, and dreams, it's exhausting. Like you weren't resting.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on, and like more than in real life.
Holy
in the
shit.
dream, like holy shit, I needed a rest, and I just did 2 marathons in my dream.
Yeah.
But anything you're doing other than having night terrors is fucking best.
You know what,
Yeah.
man? I have not
It hasn't happened in a bit.
I haven't
a long time.
had nightmares bad.
At least a year.
Yeah, in a while.
At least.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I know it's been a little while, but
Maybe
yours long.
well, we're talking about like night terrors, maybe like a bad dream.
Yeah, I've had a bad dream.
But,
here
like-
and there.
Okay, I was gonna say
Where it's
been-
like-
but, like, I haven't heard you since like probably like February or March out on the porch when we're out in the porch. And dude, I had this dream last night about this fucking werewolf rabbit with fucking thing. They had the dark souls were above them, and the world. You don't have dreams like that about the swirly dead
know, I'm
people
like,
doing the thing. It's like what? You're staring me just describing what you're.
Yeah, try sleeping through that shit. It's
no.
gnarly, bro.
No, I would wake up. I'd have insomnia. I think if I had that happening. Ugh.
Yeah, I've noticed that coming back from a run, the week after is like Dreamapalooza,
Yeah.
and it sometimes it's cool. I'm like, oh, that was neat. Other times, it's like you said, it's like, Jesus Christ, I just want to go to sleep.
I'd reach out to Dr. Steven Eisenstadt if I were you and hit him up and be like, hey, what do you make of this?
He'd be like, quit doing drugs.
Or he'll be like, you're doing drugs. That's why this is happening.
Yeah, no
Or
shit,
wait,
dum-dum.
don't do those drugs. Do these drugs. Doing the wrong drugs.
It is nice to have, like, we have actually 4 weeks of no shows, Apple's nephew and
Well, and Simon's going to be moving out, and we're going to have to help him and help him get situated and stuff. So it's not free. We're like, oh, we don't have nothing. It just, our energy transfers into our F family, not our PH family.
yeah. And we're going to be, we got to get our trivia game on point too.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get that together because we're going to be, the day before the Dix run, we're doing a live podcast from Fire on the Mountain, the Wash Park location in
That's right.
Denver.
So if y'all don't know about it, this is us telling you about it. Day before Dick's, Wednesday, we are going to be at Wash Park, Fire on the Mountain, doing some trivia, giving away some fun, heady prizes.
That's right. Chris Howland from Heady Wax Fiends
That's
is going to
right.
come hang with
He's
us.
our guest, and we may even have some special musical guests. We got all kinds of fun things in the works. So come visit us before the Dick's run and enjoy yourself some like nice beers, some wings, little treats here. They got deep fried
Bitchin'
stuff.
desserts.
Tiny like wingies.
Yeah, and then us and trivia.
Yeah.
Trivia. That's gonna be fun. Getting
Yeah, I've never
ready
done
for
a trivia game before. I've never hosted a trivia hour.
Well, not outside of our studio.
No, I've never hosted one. that was all Corey.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
contestant.
Yeah, Corey got us on the trivia tip thing. That was fun.
That was really fun.
We got to do the karaoke round, other things. And,
Yeah.
and before we start to wrap up, too, just like as I was saying, the honorable mentions. We focused on you guys quite a bit in one of our episodes, but we love you, Logan and Hunter. And it was fun
yes.
bonding
That's right.
further with you at last weekend. God, it seems like it was weeks ago, and it was last weekend.
That was last year at Cheese. We saw them. No, that was last week.
Yeah, and Jason and Audrey being there,
Abe.
and Abe
I like how we
and
couldn't
Alex
go to sleep. We weren't allowed to.
We got buzzed. Aaron
Me
and
and Mel got busted.
well,
so hard.
You weren't going to get away with it, but then when I got up and tried to Irish goodbye and kind of sneak out, and then it was noticed.
But we did the opposite
three
of
of us
Irish
forgot.
goodbye. We were like, literally said that. Like, we're doing the opposite of Irish goodbye. Bye, everybody. We're going to bed. See you later. Can't stop us.
And I don't think anybody was really taking it in because I was going to go at the same time, and I realized quickly, I was like, we can't do that.
I quickly
I let
realized
you guys go way ahead of me.
when we got back there, I was way too lit to
go to bed.
to be going to sleep. I was just my body was tired, but there was no way.
Well, I wasn't
It was
ready for
happening.
bed at all. I was full on dancing.
And then-
When you pulled me off the dance floor, I wasn't ready, but I was like, okay.
All right.
like,
And we go back and Mel and
I
I
was
are
thinking,
in our
ooh,
tent.
we're going to
but
have some fun time.
Yeah,
like,
we
that's
have
why
our-
I went. I was like, all right.
we have our door open
happen,
on our
guys.
tent, and here comes Ben rolling over. He sits down. He's like, "What you guys doing?" And then
And then I came
then Apple
over.
comes. Hey,
and
what are you guys
Doug
doing?
And
And then Ansley comes and she's like, "Oh hell no,
Dude,
this is
Ansley
unacceptable."
was
shout out to Ansley. She
Was
knows
not
how to
having
keep
it.
the party going. She's not going to fucking tolerate
She's
it.
like, DJ Yuzu's over there spinning fucking tunes, and you guys are over here. No, this isn't happening. We don't get to do this very often. It's fucking midnight. You guys are coming back
it's
to the
early,
party.
yeah. And I was fine to get that lecture. I was like,
I
okay,
was too.
you're
I
right.
was
You're
like,
right.
okay,
Okay.
yep, okay. Let's
and
go back, man.
DJ Yuzu was throwing down, so he
Oh
got
my
he's
gosh.
got
Well,
that
and Hunter,
new
I don't know
setup,
Hunter's
and he
DJ
was
name.
throwing some shit down.
Does Hunter have a
Oh.
DJ name?
DJ Hunter.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
Well, Hunter was smashing it. It was, you know what's
DJ
fun?
Cheebs.
It's fun to have like a younger DJ to hear what they're putting out, because I'm with you two all the time. I know 90% of what's going to go on, even if I don't put it on myself. So it's nice to have a completely, I don't even know the names of some of these people that they're putting on, and it's fire stuff.
It was funny when
it was
he came,
amazing.
when he came to because he came over too. Hunter came over with Ansley to yell at us, and he was like, "Is it because I'm not playing fish?" It's like, no, dude. I'm 52. It's fucking late. I've been up for 2 days. I'm
but
tired.
Here we
Grandpa.
come. We're coming back.
Grandma and Grandpa are back to the party. Let's go.
And the trophy of the weekend goes to Geyser, as always.
Oh,
I love that
Geyser.
Geyser
is
dog.
the Rhythms Ground doggy.
The thing about that is, like, I love big dogs so much. Not like I don't love little dogs, but I just bond with these big dogs because they're like
People.
people. Their eyes, their countenance, the way that they like act toward you, like there's a certain way that they behave, and it makes you feel like there's another person there. And I freaking love that, and it's cute. Very cute.
He is not like he is a big dog, but he is not heavy because he is
super
very
bony.
slender
Yeah.
underneath that coat. He looks like a Muppet.
He's total living Muppet, a big white living
Sweetie.
Muppet. And we were all sitting in a circle on the ground. The music's playing. We're all hanging out. And he came and just got right in the center of the circle, and Muppet flopped. Boom. In the middle of everybody, and was like, "Love me. I am Geyser.
I'm Geyser.
Yeah.
Well, you know, another cool thing that happened was Sunday morning, where, you know, in my mind, sometimes I have these like grand ideas of how things are going to work out, and they don't work out like that because I'm not in control of everybody. But Sunday morning, I start with my cards and I get my deck out, and I'm, you know, pulling cards, and everybody's in different locations. Everybody's
All over
Rhythms Ground, all over 27 acres. I managed to get everybody that was there to pull a card, and we had the most incredible reading, and it was so poignant and so
Every card that everybody pulled was them.
it was a solid representation of the weekend, the day, or the person's like countenance.
It was crazy.
That was so fun. Everybody was gathered around, intently waiting for their turn and listening to others.
That's what I was saying. Like, if I would have tried to plan that to happen, like never.
No, you couldn't have
never.
done
The one that stands out too, how poignant it was. Grace. It was
Grace
like,
saw hers.
as you gracefully.
What?
It was like in the first thing was like as you gracefully do. Then it's
No,
like,
wait, that was Grace.
That was
You're right.
Grace.
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That was Grace.
Hence the
the Grace. No, you're true. You're true.
Well, everybody now
We just unloaded you our last week.
Yeah, and now we're not going to rest anymore. We're going to go barbecue, and then we're going to have company tomorrow, and then
I'm gonna go.
we're going to help our son move.
Use a little weed whacker.
We're gonna, we don't stop.
We-
Can't
like-
stop, won't stop.
You guys didn't get to see Mel's little weed whacker
moves.
symbol there. Oh,
Yeah, so like we said a few minutes ago, if you're going to be in Denver on the Wednesday before the Dix Run, please come hang out with us at Fire on the Mountain at
Yes.
Wash Park. And other than that, we're going to be at Cascade. We're presenting the John T. Pacific Northwest Run. What else? What am I forgetting, guys? Join us on the Patreon, patreon.com.
I know there, and I've been seeing like Karina Reichman's coming back again sometime November. That there's going to be more
Teal's
things.
gonna be
There's
here.
there's lots
Also,
of things
We're
coming
going to see
up.
King Giz.
This has,
Goose.
Oh, yeah,
This
Goose.
has nothing to do with any of those things that you were just talking about. But
Cool.
it's August. Our son is going to be turning 22 years old. What do you think about that, babe? What are you looking back on 22 years of
That's hard.
raising this
It's hard to even like put into words because
son of ours?
it doesn't make sense. I understand intellectually that time passes, and it did in the speed at which it did. It seems so fast. The part of our life when we were living in Vegas and he was little, and seems like in my head it's a movie that I watched almost.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's always been the way it is right now. And it's fucking wild. Life is crazy, and time passes way too fast.
It does.
And I'm really grateful that we've had the time that we've had with him since he's moved back in with us, to hang out with him and just cook dinners together and laugh and be silly and do stuff together. And I'm really grateful for that because, some parents don't get that once their kids move out. They're gone and they live in another state or whatever.
If they do get it, it's kind of weird because once you leave your parents' house to come back
is a weird thing.
It's you feel weird coming back. The parents has to be exactly the same, but you've changed. You've seen stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you like now you require more privacy or more whatever. You know what I mean? Simon just came right back in, and it felt like he never left, but in the best kind of a way. Like it was just having his personality around again, and just having
really
he's fucking hilarious. This kid is so funny, and like seeing him getting ready to move, and like seeing him solve his financial problems and figuring out what he's going to do for a living when he grows up.
I couldn't be more proud.
And like
just finally there, because they've been practicing, it seems like, for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And now they got this dope little spot that's theirs. That's not a dorm type situation and a weird thing. That this is going to be so cool for them.
Yeah, I just wanted, because it's been on my mind. You know what I mean? Like we're 4 days out from him being 22 years old. And it feels surreal.
Totally.
But it also feels kind of like what you were saying. Like it's just always been like this, but it really hasn't.
Mm-mm.
And to hear him, like he's like, "Mom, I'm so proud of you for going to work at the doctor's office. Like you really did. You stepped up, and you should be doing this." And like, so he's like telling me all this like stuff that he's seeing from the outside, and I'm like looking at him telling me this, and I'm like, "You're doing this
right back at you,
yeah,
buddy.
man." Like it's just
You're
feels
doing well.
like this summer for me has been really.
Has it been hot girl summer?
Not really. It's been hot kid summer. It's been like the kids, I feel like they're in a really good place. And I feel like, you know, this is for everybody who knows me. I'm so proud of them. I really am.
So fucking proud of them.
I'm so fucking proud of them. But like even more than just pride, it's like to see what choices your kids make based on the facts and information and way that you raise them, plus whatever they have acquired. To see that, I'm shocked that we had a part in that. And I don't mean like we were so shitty or we don't deserve it. I'm just like shocked.
Yeah,
like
it's dope.
What?
Dope kids.
I like that moniker, the hot kids summer, because you just think we don't need to go down that path, but all of our friends with kids, a lot of really good things have been happening this summer with everybody's kids and
It's
stuff.
been a great
connections
summer
and growth and rebonding and so much going on.
And we have like the ending of all endings for summertime run stuff with Dix and Cascade and Goose and King Giz and all the things that we're going to be doing. So
I want to say that to Jamie and Jordan, come get goosed with us.
Yeah, man.
Oh, they're not going to that either?
No. Jamie was totally on board.
We need both national treasures.
Yeah, we
Goose.
can't just have one national treasure anymore. It's not fair.
Well, we can.
Especially Cuthbert.
Oh, okay. All right. You're right.
But we need both.
Yes. Yes, we do.
All right, everybody.
We need
Until
all of
next
us.
week, I would beg all of you to take care of each other, smile at a stranger, safety third, hydrate.
You know what? How about try something new that you've always wanted to do and you're like, no, I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm scared. Do it. You'll probably freaking love it. It's probably your new bag.
Or you'll get up there and shit your pants like I would. But at least you tried.
Go to the gym. That's where my dad's at right now. He just texted me.
Love y'all.
Got to the gym.
See you next week. Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? One simple road. Shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.